Hello out there in YouTube. Normally this is not my style of video that I put out. I am caring less and less about any type of political garbage and less about any other type of distractions these days. My main concern is about our planet, about the collapse of our biosphere, which will lead to the end of us as a human species. Having said that, there are certain things that have been happening in my life personally that I felt like I needed to reach out to you and let you know. If you're one of those people that don't believe that we're being monitored, that we're being spied on, if you don't believe it, then you're blind. You can't see what's happening through all of these social media outlets, through Google, through Facebook, through YouTube, through Twitter. All of them have a back-end algorithm that uses your information, that stores it. As I'm speaking right now, I'm aware of that. I know they are. But these are things that are just on the surface, and you're not necessarily completely aware of it from a day-to-day basis, or 100% certain that you're being monitored every day. But here's a little story for you. This past Saturday night, my fella and I were working on a project where we were rewiring a mechanical snow globe that sings a song, and it used to have snow that blew around inside, but the motor was going out, so we were working on it, and I was trying to figure out which wires to clip, and I was being funny, and I was joking about the fact that, it's similar to, disabling a bomb, because we had just watched a movie called Land of Mine, and it was about a group of German boys, actually. They were boys, but they were soldiers in the German army, and they were made to disable landmines on the coast of Denmark. There were millions of them. And anyway, I was sort of making reference to that, and then I was joking and saying, better be careful, my spy phone's listening. Well, here's the bizarre thing. A few months back, and by the way, I didn't even have a smartphone until just a few years ago. I drug my feet and did not want to get one, but my old phone quit, so I had no choice, because they have you in the racket. They have you in the game now, because you have to have a smartphone now if you want a cell phone at all. Anyway, so I had the Apple iPhone, and I don't know if you can see it. You can probably see it, but I dropped it on a ceramic floor and completely shattered it. And after that, it started doing funny things, so I had to call them and ask if I could get another phone. So they sent me another iPhone, right? Okay, so rather than just throw this one, toss this one away, which is completely a waste, which I find them to be a waste of a lot of resources now, but I said to my fellow, why don't you use, since the function for videos still works, why don't you use this phone to record some of your videos of your music? So he has been. That same night when we were working on that globe, and I was joking about my spy phone spying on me, he had this, and by the way, this is completely disabled. It doesn't work at all to make calls. It's not connected to the internet in any way. It's basically defunct, okay? He had shot a video, and he had it plugged into his laptop, this laptop that's in front of me. to download his videos. I was sitting on the sofa with my dog, and when I was joking about that, cutting the wires of that snow globe and talking about the spy phone, not more than 30 seconds later, this defunct phone made the Siri sound, turned on, and it had something flashing on the screen for a second. I didn't see it. I wish like hell I would have seen it. But then a message came up that said, "Go ahead, I'm listening." And it freaked us the hell out. We could not believe it. They were spying on us apparently through this defunct phone that was plugged into his laptop and connected to OneDrive. If you have a laptop or a PC, I guess it doesn't really matter, and you have Windows 10 and you have OneDrive, it's the same as the freaking cloud. If you have anything connected to it, they can spy on you through it. This was the proof for me that I needed. This was the absolute proof for me that we are being spied on. I was nowhere near that defunct phone to push a button for that Siri to come on, and yet it did. On a defunct phone. You tell me how that's possible. The only way that was possible was if somebody was listening, and they were listening to us through his computer on OneDrive. Now, it may have been a person. In my opinion, I think it's an AI. I think that algorithms choose what word phrasing to listen for, and I think they begin recording you as soon as that algorithm finds something it thinks that it should be listening to. Anyway, that's food for thought for you there. And while I'm at it, I would like to point this out. This website, www.thenation.com, I'm not 100% sure about them, but I think that they're more on the legit side than not. They have an article on here that I think that you should read. And actually there's a documentary, but it is How Israel Spies on U.S. Citizens. A never shown Al Jazeera documentary on the pro-Israel lobby in the United States reveals possibly illegal Israeli spying on American citizens and the lobby's fear of a changing political mood. I think this is extremely, extremely important right now, folks. Extremely important. Things are about to shift, and we are going to be on a very scary side of things, I believe. I think that you should definitely have a read of this article and maybe see if you can get a hold of the documentary. I haven't been able to yet, but I think that we are fast approaching a whole new America, a whole new world. And I think it's something that in this current state of our world, the climate collapsing, the fact that we're being sprayed to oblivion in our skies, I think that in order to figure out how best to act, how best to survive, we're going to have to totally be on the ball and understand what is actually happening, what's about to occur. Thanks for listening.